My name is Jazmine Sheppard. I'm an English major here at Spelman College. I did my volunteer work at Dunbar and Wesley International Academy and other various community service events. So I'm going to start. So as I continue to volunteer, I've learned to appreciate the peaceful yet exhilarating moment when you feel like you're making a difference. As Douglas Adams states, to give real service, you must add something which cannot be bought with money, and that is sincerity or integrity. I approach each community service event asking myself, what can I bring? Where can I help? And who can I make a difference to? I have now realized my love for community service and ameliorating the conditions of others. Individual growth and prosperity have been huge in the discovery of who I am and have contributed to my community service. So I have long since enjoyed community service, but throughout volunteering at Wesley International Academy, my morals and beliefs have been sharpened. I have greatly appreciated the mission behind the school, and that mission is excellence is to be expected. All children are developed academically, emotionally, and socially in order to become globally competitive. This is extremely important vision to me because there should be no excuse for excellence, and I believe personally no student should be left behind, no pun intended, marginalized or stigmatized, and schools should be devoted to this message. For example, at the elementary school, I aided a math teacher. However, because the school is in an urban area and the social and economic dynamics of the students, the education system is not up to par as it should be. Granted, the school has done well with what they have. With this realization, I set up a program where I can help the second graders do basic math who couldn't do as good as their peers. Working with these kids and offering them additional help became a means of understanding for myself and individual growth. Instead of focus on only getting the community service hours, I began to love going and see the prospering students with the extra tutoring I was giving them. I challenge myself to make an impact each time I go, whether it's teaching new basic math skills, helping teach a new word, or even giving them advice to encourage the students that they can achieve greatness. Also, by respecting the mission of this elementary school, I have learned to advocate for social change. Social change occurs through the individual who together form social revolutions. The formation of a person's belief is an essential process. Despite living in a society who advocates for personal gain, the role of the individual who act differently than the status quo is pivotal in society. My understanding of this dynamic of social change has developed through this experience at the elementary school. Teachers are the catalyst for change because they shape ideologies and knowledge the student retains. I became an English major for that simple fact, and teachers have shaped my perception of the world in a positive manner. Helping others has also been one of my strengths, but it's challenging to have the love for it in my heart and manifest that love. Moving past this ignorance, however, has greatly opened my mind. When I began this experience, I hope to get my community service out the way. Spending more time there, I wanted to learn what it's like to be a teacher and gain a more appreciation for education. I feel like they do their best what they have under the economic and social oppression. I feel that largely the downfall is due to financial incapabilities. Expanding the amount of money the school has and can work with will make a drastic change. This is because new resources and materials need to be brought in order to change the conditions of the education system. I believe it would be useful to gain more revenues, increase financial prosperity, and obtain more partnerships and donors. To this, donors need to see drastic change in test scores and decrease in the achievement gap. This is to my belief, could be achieved by changing the teacher's approach to teaching and the system of communication between administrators and the teachers and the parent. The system in place does not work, but produces a high achievement gap. To lower the gap, there needs to be redirection for teachers. What I mean by this is there needs to be a focus on the individual student instead of randomly placing students in a classroom. Students should be divided on current educational levels in order to meet the needs of more students and generate different lesson plans and teaching techniques for each group of children. A room of randomly placed children contains the excel student, disadvantaged student, and those in between. The mix of students makes it harder for the teacher to teach as a whole. And some students will learn the information almost immediately, while others will struggle with it. Grouping is necessary to find a good pace to teach each class to meet the needs of more students. At Amistad Academy, the school I attended in Connecticut, they have implemented this teaching method in separation of level of comprehension and skill. They are one of the leading schools in Connecticut, despite their population being overwhelmingly of low-income Black students. This is because their teachers have fluidity in how they teach to each group, and their attention to the pace of information is vital for them. It has seen great improvement in the achievement gap and test scores since implementing this plan, which can happen at the elementary here. By studying each group of students and thinking about how to teach them and what pace and how they learn, the school should have a sturdy foundation to work with and produce magnificent results. I hope to make these kinds of changes in many schools one day with this knowledge.